If you're interested in knowing what's happened in the Hamilton real estate market as of August 2023, then this video is for you. I'm Tish Schoberg, and I'm a real estate agent within the Hamilton and surrounding areas, and super excited to go into an update on what's been going on in this crazy market and what my predictions are for the fall. So be sure to stay tuned and like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Let's begin. So Hamilton, good old Hamilton. I think the good thing is that the Bank of Canada has actually decided to hold the interest rate as of their last meeting, September 6th. I think that was pretty much anticipated since the GDP for the previous quarter was much lower than anticipated. It came in at 0.2. The Bank of Canada actually thought that the GDP would have been at 1.5%. So that just means that our economy is slowing down more than expected, which isn't the best thing. And prior to this meeting on September 6th, the Bank of Canada actually slightly raised the interest rate at both of their meetings. So in total, we've had 6 meetings this year. 3 of the meetings, they decided to hold the rate, and the other 3 meetings, they decided to slightly increase the overnight rate. So in all, it hasn't had much of an impact on the market so far. But what we've seen in the spring is a really active, busy market with a lot of buyers who were sitting on the sideline begin to re-enter the market. And we also had a slowdown in the summer, which is pretty common, which is usually caused by people being on vacation and kind of distracted from actually wanting to buy or sell. So let's look at the numbers. So the amount of sales year over year has gone down by 8.6%. New listings are also down by 1.5%. So we've continuously had an inventory issue. That is of no surprise. That's also gone down by 2.3% year over year. The month of supply has actually gone up by 2.9% to 2.9%, which is 6.8%. So overall, month of supply is pretty low. Usually if month of supply for our housing is below 6, we're typically edging on more of a seller's market. So what this figure means is that with all the homes that are currently on the market, if no other listings were to come on the market, all of those homes would sell within 2.9 months, which is insane. So we're under that 6 mark, guys, so we're definitely edging more toward a seller's market. Average days on market is at 24.2%, so that's 10% lower than the previous year. And the residential average price has actually slightly gone up to $798,786. Now getting into the property type. So within the detached homes, we've been seeing sales that have gone up to So now let's look at the home types and pricing. So the average price for a detached home in Hamilton is at $86,364. That's a year-over-year increase of 3.6%. For semis, average price is $686,476, which is a year-over-year price increase of a whopping 13.9%. The average townhouse is $710,201, which is a year-over-year increase of 1.9%. So that's interesting how the townhouses are coming in priced higher than the semis. It's a little odd, but you know what it is? I think the semis are beginning to now catch up, and that's why we're seeing that huge jump in year-over-year pricing, because we really don't have that many semis in Hamilton. We primarily have a lot of townhouses. Apartments, those are your condo type homes, have just slightly gone up to 0.3%. Average price is at $482,495. And overall, this is kind of the breakdown of, where prices went up, right? So that's that for the different home type. And let's get into the regional numbers. So this is where things get really interesting. So for Hamilton Central, that's central part of Hamilton, that is seeing an actual average price of $514,653, which is a year-over-year decrease of 4.4%. Hamilton East has seen an increase of 12.4%, Hamilton Mountain 3.7%, Hamilton West 10.9%, Flamborough 4% increase. Average price is a whopping 1.29. A lot of people love Flamborough, so that's not too much of a surprise to me. Dundas has seen a slight price decrease of 3.3%. Ancaster has actually gone down by 10% year over year. So that's average price is now at 1.1. That's interesting. So Flamborough is now priced higher than Ancaster. That's insane. Watertown is priced at $976,100. So it's a difference of 0.2%. Stony Creek is $824,864, priced at 5.1. That's a 5.1 price increase. And Glenbrook is at $841,044. So that's a 7.8% price decrease in comparison to last year. And overall, again, that average price has gone up by 2.3%. So let's kind of talk about, what that means. And here's a breakdown of what I went through as well in terms of the numbers. So, let's kind of talk about what this all means, because what's happening in the real estate market is, there's a lot of changes that we haven't seen prior to the early parts of 2022. We have the Bank of Canada that's been really putting their feet down on trying to tame inflation. The inflation rate has gone down significantly. I believe the last time that we looked, it was at the 3.8 mark. So it's going down. Ideally, the Bank of Canada likes to see the inflation at the 2% mark. So this is good because it was over 8% last year, and that's why they had those aggressive increases in the interest rate. So the fact that it's going down is definitely a good thing. However, the cost of gas is still up, the cost of groceries is still up, the cost of living is still up. So there's definitely some challenges. In terms of the market for home buyers, I do feel that this is a great market to enter. Everybody's situation is completely different though. So for some, it's a great market to enter because they're able to get a great deal on their home if they've, lived in it for quite a few years and have built up that equity and can now utilize that equity to purchase their next home at these reduced incredible pricing. But for some home buyers, this market doesn't work for them either because they feel like the monthly mortgage might be too much and they just can't afford to enter this market right now. So there's so much different scenarios, but if you want some guidance on coming up with a plan or, when would be a good time for you to buy, reach out to me. I'd love to assist. For home sellers, honestly, pricings have gone up significantly in the last couple of years. So if you've had a property, for quite a few years now, you've built the equity and either you're having issues with your tenant and kind of just want to offload that property and get another investment or get a pre-construction investment, which is a lot less headache than a resale investment properties. And that's something to look at. Yes, the prices, have gone down slightly, but when we look at the home prices over a 5-year span of time, they've significantly increased. Quite honestly, I think they've doubled, if not tripled in some areas. So you want to look at the bigger picture and not kind of what's been happening in the last year when it comes to whether or not to sell. And, if you're looking at upsize, there's so many different ways that you can sell your property and leverage your current property in terms of just renting it out and taking out the equity or refinancing it to get that down payment for your next property. And if you're looking to downsize, this might be a great time to snag a good deal on your home, on your next home, while still being able to sell your home considerably higher than what it was priced at a couple of years ago. So honestly, it really depends on your situation for selling as well, but feel free to reach out. I'd love to guide you, come up with a plan and see what works best for your situation. So Again, I'm Tish. If you have any questions or would like more information on this report, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description and in the first comment. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next month's report.